Hey, this is Jake of All Trades, and today we're going to show you how we built this entertainment center book rack. So we got this idea for this entertainment center bookshelf from Emily B of Queen Bee Home on Instagram. My wife follows her and saw that they had done this in their home, and we decided, hey, that looked really great on our wall where the TV goes. So we got some painter's tape out and laid out all the dimensions on our wall, get the proportions right, and it was really great just to kind of step back and look, make sure everything looked proportional, looked where it needed to be, and then we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so I went and got all my pipe and supplies I needed to kind of put everything together yesterday. I bought 16 12-foot lengths of this. I also bought two 10-foot pieces, and they cut them down to size for what I needed because they were kind of a weird length. So they cut them, they threaded these, but the problem is that when they threaded these, I didn't check it before I left. So when I got home and I put this floor flange on, I only get about half a turn, I'd say, and that's no good. So if you're going to get them cut, please, please, please make sure that you check the threads before you leave the store, instead of like me, who got home last night and said, oh geez, it's wrong. So two options if you don't do the first option. Option 2 is take it back and have them fix it for you. Or option 3, what I chose to do just to kind of get it dialed in a little bit better, was I went to good old Harbor Freight. And they sell some pipe thread cutters like this. They come in 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch. $30 with a coupon, which is great. And that way I can kind of get this dialed in exactly to where I want it to go. There's really not any guesswork. I just keep turning and turning until I get it right. Now, you are going to need a good clamp to hold this in, or a vise to hold this in, because this is going to want to turn on you if you're using this. So please be aware of that. You just can't go get this and then hopefully someone hold this. It's not going to work. You got to get a good clamp, a good vise to hold this in. All these small pieces that I've gotten, all these threads have been great. They go in about 1/2 inch for everything, so that's perfect. So now what I need to do is fix all the other pieces of pipe that need to be rethreaded and adjusted just a little bit. So let's do that. The pipe threader did work well. You just need to make sure that you lubricate those threads and that you take little bites off. Don't take too much off, or it'll want to pull out of the vise, so just back it off, clear out those chips, and then just keep going until you get the right fit that you want. So for this project I used 6 27-inch pieces. I had 2 8-inch pieces, 2 18-inch pieces, 16 12-inch pieces, 4 3-inch pieces, 16 floor flanges, 6 caps, 4 90s, and 10 Ts. Alright, so I sanded these all down and got them prepped for paint. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm just got some Romex left over, so I'm just taking the sheeting off and just using each one of these 3 wires. And then I can stack these 12-inch pieces. One here, stack the other one on top. Here, and then I'm just going to give another quick wipe down with some mineral spirits here, just to make sure that everything is off the pipe, so the paint sticks real good. So we're going to take these outside and give them a coat of spray paint. After I got everything assembled, I made sure that all my pieces that are attached to the wall were all the same length, about 11 inches approximately, but I wanted to make sure they're all the same so everything would be even when we attach it to the wall. After that, I took each pair and made sure that they were all even, and that way each shelf would be level once the system was installed. So when I attached each section, I used a centering bit just to kind of pre-drill these holes, and that will give me a good spot to drill out for my anchors. So I used anchors in each one of those holes, and they worked really well. I'll put a link down below. After that, it was just as simple as putting the pipe back up and then drilling the screws right into the anchors. So for this project, we decided on 3 25-inch shelves that would go on either side, right and left, and then we have a 6-foot piece that's going to span between those two sections. So before installing the second set of shelves, I just want to make sure that that center shelf was going to be even. So I just got my level out with a straight stick and made sure that where I was going to locate that second set was going to line up evenly with the first set. I used 2 12-inch pieces of pipe and floor flanges to help support that 6-foot shelf going across from right to left. We decided to go with ash for the shelves on this, which was really nice wood, and just needed to cut it down to dimensions. So just rough cut it to the shelf length that we thought we were going to use. We were going to use 28 originally, but then it looked a little bit better with 25 for the short shelves, and it's a little over 6 feet for the long shelf going through the center. After rough cutting everything, I took it through the joiner and then took my pieces over to my miter saw and cut those to the correct dimension. For this project, we decided to go with just a walnut stain, give it a nice brown color, and then from there we decided just to go with a wax finish on it. Didn't want anything as far as a shine on this, just a nice matte color, but something to protect it. So that wax did a great job. We just wiped that on and then let it sit in there, and then with my car buffer I just hit that a little bit until it brought out the wax, brought up a little bit of a shine, and then that'll dull out over time but give it some protection. So I think it turned out great. I'm really happy with the results. So a couple things I learned while building this. One, pipe thread is not all the same and fittings are not all the same. So
you are going to need a wrench at some point to get everything adjusted just right. And so just be aware of that. The other thing is matching this piece of pipe to these two pieces of pipe plus the fitting. Make sure you get your math right there, because I was off a little bit and I actually had to cut a little bit off of here to get it to line up here. So we're really happy with how this turned out. I think one of the next projects is going to be building a new entertainment center bottom piece right here to kind of complement what's going on up here. But if you have any other questions or comments about this build, please make sure you leave those down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get everything else that's going to be coming out soon. This is Jake of All Trades, and we'll see you next time.